Hello again, everybody. I haven't produced a video for a little while, and mainly that is because, as I've been saying for quite a while, that this channel, I only started this channel to produce the guide to show people how to raise a colony of Lasius niger, so that they would be able to do that as a beginner who had no knowledge. And I've pretty much done that, as I said in my sort of tie it all together video. I finished that video, and therefore I haven't got any sort of tutorial stuff left to do. And I only really keep one main colony. Yes, I've got a couple in test tubes. I've got the flavus in their little setup, but really I only keep my main colony. Um, and as I've said before, I don't keep ants for the sake of keeping ants. I keep them because I just want to watch them. I have it sat right here on the desk next to the computer. And for any of you who does anything on a computer, plays games, watches anything or whatever, there's always delays. You're waiting while your computer updates, while it downloads something, while it finds something. You know what computers are like. And because the ants are right there next to the computer, as soon as my computer goes into any type of delay, I just start looking at what they're up to, the girls, seeing them running around, seeing how many are out and about. And again, like I've said before, that is my philosophy around my outworlds. I know a lot of people have these completely empty outworlds where they just put food in there, but other than that, you've got a plain acrylic cube or box. And that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. It makes cleaning out their trash a lot easier. It makes maintenance a lot easier. You can get in there a lot better. The junk that I fill my outworlds with, the bits of twigs, the rocks and everything, it's just because I like to watch them running up and down things, over the top of things. That's where I get my enjoyment from, is watching the girls running around, and that's why I like to have a cluttered outworld. But yes, I will admit it does mean there's little corners of this outworld where sometimes they can dump stuff where it's hard to clean out. I mean, I do find with my Lasius niger so far, that they don't make that big a mess in the outworld. They're quite good at putting it all into that little slidey Wakushi module that I've put on next to their nest. And I find that once a year when I put them into hibernation, I take all these outworlds off, take everything out, clean them all out, and that seems to be enough. So yeah, well, I'm just coming today. Just well, first of all, thank you for all the subscribers. People are still subscribing, even though I've pretty much finished the tutorial. So thanks a lot for that. So what's happening with them? Well, to be honest, not that much. I'm really pleased with what's been happening this year, in that they're not growing like mad. I said in an earlier video that I was planning to restrict their protein to a certain extent and not like just feed them unlimited quantities of protein, to try and keep them a little bit rationed, because I didn't want them to explode. I'm really happy with how they are now. I know they're going to continue to grow in size, and I had bought a new nest, which I'll talk about in a second, nests. But yeah, looking in there, looking around the nest, it's relatively empty. There's a lot of floor space still available for them, and now it's warm and they've come out of hibernation. I find that only about 50% of the colony actually lives in the nest. The other 50% of the colony spends its entire time in the outworld, and when it's not foraging, it lives in water sources in the outworld, like the water towers or the water test tubes. Or I've even got a bottle top in there now, which I've filled with some sand, and I drip water into that sand. So it's wet sand in a bottle top, and they just love to sit in there. I have them sitting in this bottle top all the time. But yeah, the inside of the nest isn't that critical. I mean, they are growing, but like I said, there's a lot of empty space in there, a lot of floor space still available. I did a little look round today, and yeah, I can see larvae, I can see eggs, but the egg pile isn't enormous. It's not a gigantic pile of eggs. It's some eggs. They mostly seem to have finished the naked pupa, as in they've closed and they've gone. There is a little bit of naked pupa still left. And the latest batch of pupa that they are producing, they've gone back to producing pupa cases. Don't ask me why they went through that little phase of producing naked pupa and why they've now gone back to pupa cases. I've no idea. So yeah, what I'm saying with all of this is that they're not really ready for a new nest yet. But after the trouble I had with the other nest, I've bought another Wakushi MS 5.5. I find these Wakushi nests are absolutely perfect for Lasius niger. I constantly sing Wakushi's praises, and I just like everyone to know I'm absolutely nothing to do with Wakushi, and I do try to look at other suppliers, but no matter how hard I try, it's very difficult to find something better than Wakushi. Lasius niger love it wet. I mean, these girls would live in a swamp. They really would. You could. They dug through their water test tube, got all the way through the cotton to the water, and I had a bit of an accident. 30 of them managed to drown themselves. That's how insane they are for water. They just go after water non-stop. They love it. And that means there's no such thing as too wet a nest for Lasius niger. They love a wet nest, and they love Wakushi's gypsum system. So what I did was I bought another 5.5, and what you can do is you can buy these connecting rods that allow you to stack two 5.5s on top of each other like this. And if I did this, what I would do is I would have a pipe that leads from the front round and back into that four-way at the bottom. The only drawback to this that I can see, it's going to work fine for the ants, but the only drawback I can see from my point of view is it's going to be hard to film in there and see what they're well, I can see what they're up to, but it would be difficult to get my microscope camera in for making videos for the channel. But other than that, it's a great system, and it saves on floor space being able to just go up like this. But yeah, other than that, the girls are happy. They're doing their thing. They're running around. They're all over the outworld. Everything is great, and I'm really pleased. And I'm sort of pleased that they haven't exploded in numbers, because I like the size that they're at now, and it's a manageable size. It's great fun to watch. And yeah, that's today's update. Thank you very much, everybody. Until next time, goodbye.